Welcome to our channel. Today, we're diving into the essential steps for MSSP customer onboarding and how to create a successful cyber resilience journey. Now you might be thinking, onboarding, that's just a fancy word for paperwork and handshakes, right? Wrong. We're talking about building a relationship, a partnership really, because when you're an MSSP, your customers are trusting you with their most valuable asset, their data. Over the next few minutes, we're going to walk you through the 5 key stages of MSSP onboarding. From building a rock-solid cyber resilience strategy that ties into the overall end-to-end service deliverable for your customers, encompassing the least downtime to production as the greatest value to their business, to locking down your infrastructure and keeping a watchful eye on your network 24/7. Stick around, you won't want to miss this. All right. Let's kick things off with the foundation of it all, building a cyber resilience strategy. And remember, this isn't just about ticking boxes on a checklist. It's about truly understanding your customer's business, their goals, and their biggest fears. Think of it like building a house. You wouldn't start slapping on bricks without a solid blueprint, right? Same goes for cybersecurity. You need a clear plan, and that starts with your security advisors. These are your boots on the ground, the folks who roll up their sleeves and really get to know your customer. They're asking the tough questions, digging into the nitty-gritty of their IT infrastructure, and figuring out what makes them tick. Why is this so important? Because a good cyber resilience strategy isn't one size fits all. It's tailored, it's bespoke. It's all about finding the perfect balance between security and enabling your customer's business to thrive. Remember, as an MSSP, you're not just a vendor, you're a trusted advisor, a partner in their success. And that all starts with a rock-solid cyber resilience strategy. Okay, so you've got your cyber resilience strategy in place. You've laid the groundwork, and now it's time to take the next step. Now it's time to get down to brass tacks with security risk management. This is where the rubber meets the road. This is where your GRC team, that's governance, risk, and compliance, really shines. They are the unsung heroes of your security strategy. Think of them as the architects of your security fortress. They design the framework that keeps your data safe and your operations running smoothly. They're poring over the blueprints, identifying potential weak points, and figuring out how to reinforce them before any cybercriminals or threat actors come knocking. They anticipate threats and plan accordingly. But here's the thing. It's not just about building impenetrable walls. It's about creating a dynamic defense system that can adapt to new threats. It's about finding that sweet spot between security and practicality. You need a system that's robust, yet flexible. Because let's face it, a fortress isn't much good if it's so locked down that nobody can get any work done. Efficiency and security must go hand in hand. Your GRC team gets that. They understand the balance between security measures and operational needs. They're masters of the balancing act, juggling regulatory requirements, risk assessments, and your customers' unique needs. They ensure compliance without compromising on efficiency. They're crafting policies and procedures that are both robust and workable, ensuring that security is an enabler, not a blocker. They make sure that security measures enhance productivity rather than hinder it. And don't forget about communication. Clear and consistent communication is key to effective security risk management. Your GRC team is in constant contact with customers, keeping them in the loop, explaining the why behind the what, and making sure everyone's on the same page. They build trust through transparency. Because at the end of the day, security risk management is a team effort. It requires collaboration and mutual understanding. It's about working hand in hand with your customer to build a security posture that's both bulletproof and business-friendly. Together, you create a secure environment where business can thrive. All right, we've got our strategy. We've assessed the risks. Now it's time to roll up our sleeves and start building. Welcome to the world of secured infrastructure. This is where the collective strategic plans from the previous steps transform into concrete tactical actions. Your team of skilled engineers step in, armed with the knowledge gleaned from the previous stages, ready to fortify your customer's digital kingdom. We're talking firewalls, intrusion detection systems, the whole 9 yards. But it's not just about throwing technology at the problem. It's about understanding the nuances of your customer's environment, their specific needs, and tailoring the solutions accordingly. Think of it like building a castle. You wouldn't just erect the same walls and turrets for every location, would you? You'd consider the terrain, the potential threats, and design accordingly. That's what your secured infrastructure team does. They assess, they design, they implement, and they optimize, ensuring that your customer's perimeter, whether it's on-premise, in the cloud, or a hybrid of both, is as secure as Fort Knox. But it doesn't stop there. They're also thinking ahead, laying the groundwork for seamless integration with your monitoring and detection systems, which brings us nicely to our next chapter. Now imagine this. You've got this incredible fortress, impenetrable walls, the works. It's the epitome of security, a place where you feel absolutely safe. But then you leave the drawbridge down and the front gate wide open. Suddenly, all that security means nothing. That's what it's like having a top-notch security setup without addressing digital identity. You might have the best firewalls and antivirus software, but if your digital identity isn't secure, it's like leaving the front door open. It's the digital age's gatekeeper, the bouncer at the club of your data. Your digital identity is what stands between your sensitive information and potential intruders. And your MSSP's digital identity experts? They're the unsung heroes, working behind the scenes to ensure your data remains secure. They're the ones making sure only the VIPs with the right passes get through. They meticulously manage access, ensuring that only authorized personnel can reach sensitive areas. This isn't just about passwords anymore, folks. Passwords are just the first line of defense. We're talking multi-factor authentication, where you need more than just a secret word. It's about combining something you know with something you have or something you are. Think fingerprint scans, text messages, the whole 9 yards. It's about layering security to make it harder for unauthorized users to gain access. And then there's Zero Trust. This is a game changer in the world of cybersecurity. In the old days, we used to trust anyone inside our network. Not anymore. The Zero Trust model assumes that threats could be both outside and inside the network. Zero Trust treats everyone like a potential suspect, constantly verifying their identity and permissions. It's about never taking anything for granted. And let's not forget about privileged access management. This is crucial for protecting your most sensitive data, because not everyone needs the keys to the kingdom, right? Only those who absolutely need access should have it. We're talking about controlling who has access to the really sensitive stuff, keeping those crown jewels under lock and key. It's about ensuring that only the right people can get to the most valuable information. Your digital identity experts, they're the ones setting all this up, making sure the right people have the right access at the right time. They are the architects of your digital fortress. It's all about striking that balance between security and convenience, making sure your customers' data is locked down tighter than a drum, but also ensuring that authorized users can access what they need without unnecessary hassle. All right, we've reached the final stage of our MSSP onboarding journey, cyber defense. This is the critical phase where all our previous efforts culminate into a robust defense mechanism. This is where it all comes together, where you as an MSSP take everything we've built and use it to proactively protect our customers. It's not just about having the right tools, but also about having the right strategies and people in place. Think of it like this. You've got your castle, your walls are high, your moat is stocked with piranhas, and you've got the best trained guards in the land. But even the strongest fortress needs vigilant watchmen. But what good is all that if you're not actively watching for threats? Constant vigilance is key to ensuring that no threat goes unnoticed. That's where your MSSP's Security Operations Center, or SOC, comes in. The SOC is the nerve center of your cyber defense strategy. These are the folks with their eyes glued to the screens, monitoring your customers' network 24/7 for any sign of suspicious activity. They are the first line of defense against potential breaches. They're using cutting-edge technology like OpenXDR, practices like threat-informed defense, and frameworks such as Cybersecurity Mesh Architecture, CSMA, to connect the dots, correlating events from across your customer's entire IT environment. This technology allows them to see the bigger picture and identify threats that might otherwise go unnoticed. They're like digital detectives, piecing together clues, looking for patterns that might indicate an attack is underway. Their analytical skills are crucial in preempting potential threats, but it's not just about reacting to threats. Proactive measures are equally important in maintaining a strong defense. Your SOC is also proactively hunting for vulnerabilities, identifying weaknesses before they can be exploited. This proactive approach ensures that potential entry points are secured before they can be used against you. They're constantly fine-tuning your defenses, making sure your customer security posture is always one step ahead of the bad guys. Continuous improvement is a key aspect of effective cyber defense. And if the worst does happen and an attack does get through, the SOC team is prepared for such scenarios. Your SOC is ready to respond, minimizing the damage and getting your customer back up and running as quickly as possible. Their rapid response capabilities are essential in mitigating the impact of any breach, because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about: protecting your customer's business, their data, and their reputation. A strong cyber defense ensures business continuity and trust, and that's what your MSSP's cyber defense team does best. They are dedicated to ensuring that your customers' digital assets are secure, allowing them to focus on their core business without worry. So there you have it, the 5 essential steps to mastering MSSP onboarding and setting your customers on the path to true cyber resilience. Remember, it's not just about technology, it's about building relationships, understanding your customers' needs, and working hand in hand to create a security posture that's both robust and adaptable. Stay tuned as we expand on the facets of MSSP delivery and focus on maximizing each of the 5 steps via customer success management in the next video.